Hello, what's up ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only Ray the Flying Squirrel here, and I am back for yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more Let's Play of Mario Party 7 for the Nintendo GameCube. So, I believe in the last weekend is the fact that we actually did manage to win through the final board in Mario Party 7, which appears to be Bowser's Enchanted Inferno. And oh no, I did manage to able to somehow win, thanks to the forms of those bonus stars at the end, and overall, I somehow managed to win all 6 boards of the whole game. So yeah, I feel like I was actually accomplished here. So today, only for today, and possibly tomorrow we'll head over to get things started with the minigame cruise. So for the time being for today, we're going to be hitting on to the forms of one of those extra modes, starting with, let's just say, we're able to do something a little bit more of a chaotic 8-player mode or something like that. So in this case though, we'll probably head over to the Deluxe Cruise right here. So this is Deluxe Cruise. Play with up to 8 friends. So in this case, the 8-player mode. Now technically there is also the 8-player mode for the sake of the Party Cruise, but I can't really tell what's the difference anyway. I mean, basically it's exactly like the forms of the regular Battle Royale mode, alongside with the forms of tag team as well, but the only difference is this time is that it's obviously a full team battle in the actual boards. Although there's no 8 players specific boards per se, but I just want to classify that. So as you can see, we have to share the controller within, well, 2 people sharing the controller. Like one player uses the L button and the control stick, and the other player uses the R button and the C stick. So yeah, this is what you essentially have to do in terms of playing 8-player minigames. So, although I would like to able to invite Mighty the Armadillo over, but unfortunately though, he got distracted on other things though, so I'm just entirely by myself, but that's okay though, because I'm also bringing my computer player with me. So in this case though, let's see what characters should we use for this mode. I'm also going for Toad and Toadette as my partner, and I'm up for hard difficulty this time around, so I feel like up for the challenge. And the computer players wise, we'll go for Yoshi and Bodo as in another team, and we'll pick the spooky themed characters, both Boo and Dry Bones, so if my cursor just won't let me go actually access to it. And the final team we have is the princesses, and yeah, we'll be settling with that. So we have 2 different modes you can able to go to. There is 8-player free play, which basically allows you to play any minigames as you wanted to, and there's also 8-player ice battle, which is basically play against your friends in various 8-player minigames. So, and if there are any 8-player minigames I was missing on from, then luckily though we can show those off on the free play mode. So in this case though, let's head into 8-player ice battle. And then this time around though, we're going to be hop on to a different vehicle as opposed to MSSC Star for the actual cruise. So yeah, that should be quite pleasant, able to get onto the forms of a different vehicle for once. So yeah, welcome to 8-player ice battle. So basically, for this particular game mode is the fact that we need to win certain minigames in order to able to reach the center of the ice. And there are 3 different battle formats to this particular part. There is the forms of the individual match, the team battle, or combined battle. So yeah, we'll show those off in just a second. So in this case though is the fact that, well, basically as you can see on the text right there, the combined battles is the fact that it's like, you do it individually, and, well, it's hard to explain because I know it has been a really long while since I actually played this mode. So we'll go for 5 wins, and basically this is all the modes you will get. You get the Battle Royale version, and as well as the team battle like I said, as well as the combined match. And for this particular mode, I'll be focusing on the team match. So anyway, so let's begin. So the first minigame we have here is Spin-Off. Alright, seems like very standard stuff. Stop the slots to make the characters shown. You must make 3 different characters to win. So yeah, basically one player has to press the L button to stop and start, and then the other player can able to press the I button and vice versa. So yeah, that's basically how this minigame will play out to be. So you just have to like get the exact matching characters and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure it's randomized each time whenever you're able to replay this minigame. Although, as you can see on screen, we're about to be trying to get Chain Jump, Goomba, and Thwomp. So, but, you know, as I said, if we manage able to go back into this minigame, it will switch over to, let's just say, Bob-Omb and Thwomp. So, I think those are the only enemies that you might come across into for, well, you know what I mean. So, anyway, let's just go ahead and, Toadette? Toadette? Why were you not moving? I got Thwomp right there, and you can able to actually just find another, split up, image. Go on! Go on! Press the actual bar! Oh, fine. I'll just do it anyway. Ah, jeez. My AI partner can sometimes really, mess me up at one point, so... But I guess we got a Goomba at the end, but we could have got the actual Thwomp anyway, so... That's a bit underwhelming. So in this case, Team Spooky character somehow managed to get one of those ice platforms, or these ice blocks. It's able to actually try to build a bridge of any sorts. Next minigame we have is Dutch and Cover. I do apologize for that mispronunciation of that minigame's name, by the way. Watch for the button symbols to appear over the pipe, then tap that button rapidly to fix the leak. So basically we have to press all kinds of buttons depending on what buttons they'll show up. So in this case though, it's all about button mashing. So yeah, basically that's how this minigame works. Alright, so it's time to fix that particular pipe. So, I guess there's not much else I can honestly try to say about this point, guys. I mean, surely there was a day I want to discuss upon, although, mind you, that I'm pretty sure that some toy sales, including Maxi... Oh, no way, Maxi was still taking a break on the Super Mario 3D All-Stars from now on until in April, so... For the time being, I'm pretty sure that both, I believe Pac-Man, the majority of Pac-Man of all things, for the likes of The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, along with Wario Land 4, that he already mentioned about the forms of the majority of, well, the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics already, so I don't think there's any point I can discuss that. Rope-a-dope. Cross the narrow path to make your way to the goal, but don't let your partner drag you down. So basically we have to like cooperate each other while trying to navigate through this narrow path, and that's all you have to do. In fact, kind of think about it, this minigame is actually pretty similar to the likes of that one of those modes from the likes of Super Monkey Ball Banana Split on the PlayStation Vita, that basically you have to take control of 2 monkeys together and try to get them synced for the actual connection, and basically you have to navigate for that obstacle course. So it's kind of like that, except the fact that we're using a GameCube controller as opposed to the actual PlayStation Vita system. So yeah, that pretty much summarized as such. Ah, darn it! I messed this up! Oh well, we'll let Yoshi and Bodo win on that one. But dang, we were literally so close. But oh well, we'll let them have their point. I'm surprised that both Peach and Daisy never seemed able to get the points together. But maybe in some other minigames we'll stumble across into, but either way. Next minigame we have is Synchro Trellis City. I think that's what the minigame is called anyway. So Net City, I think that's what it's called. Row in sync with your partner as you head for the goal. So basically we have to tilt the control stick left and right to row within a bit of a rhythm going. So yeah, if you match, yeah, you get the idea. Synchro City. So yeah, that's what the minigame's called. I do apologize for that particular commentary. It gets a little bit awkward at points, mainly because I know for the fact that it's been about a week ago since I actually last touched this game, because after all, that's, you know, Pac-Man is working on both games recently for both, as I said, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past and also Warrior Land 4. So, yeah, that might be the majority of Nintendo-themed games and stuff like that. So, yeah, you get the idea about that. So, of course today it is, I think today it is the, if I have to remember correctly, it is the 12th of January today, in this case in 2022 today, so, yeah, that's why I classify for mentioning about that what today it is, so, alright, another new minigame here on Happy Trails. Run a relay with your partner to find a precious jewel, then bring it back to the starting line. So basically, one player can able to do one part, and then the other player can do another part. And then after you've done that, or in this case, well, first of all, we need to able to bring the key to the treasure chest, and then if you manage to able to do that, and if you open the treasure chest, that should reveal the actual pink jewel, and basically though, that we can able to bring back to the start. In fact, this minigame reminds me of so much of one of those minigames in Mario Party 3 called, you know, Frigid Bridges, except that, thank God, no ice physics, so, and also the path itself is a lot more, wider than the forms of how it does it on that narrow path from the likes of in Mario Party 3, so, at the very least, it is very similar to the forms of how it does it in, Frigid Bridges for Mario Party 3, except that we don't need to backtrack quite a few times. It's especially noticeable that there's no cheap to be found around here to able to knock you off and trying to freeze you to death. Well, not so much freezing to death, but just stun you for freezing for a few seconds, so... Alright, so... Since that despite my partner Toadette somehow almost screwed us up, because she somehow fell off for a moment there, but regardless of such though, I can still able to actually just well, Bodo just somehow messed this up, but I somehow managed to make it in the end still. So technically we got ourselves the jewel, or should I say the pink Chaos Emerald from the likes of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Well, I have no idea why I bring that up. And speaking of that, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, well, it's pretty obvious that we've only got about 2 months left until Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie should be on its way on the big screen. So, yeah, I'm still very excited for that, and especially noticeable that, well, you know what I mean. Alright, real smoothie. Throw fruit into the blender. The player on the left takes oranges, while the other one on the right does strawberries. So yeah, basically I have to grab the oranges, and then my partner can able to do with the, strawberries. Don't grab your partner's fruit by mistake, because otherwise you lose valuable time. So let's go ahead and make some smoothies. When it comes to likely 2 different flavors of smoothies. Yeah, and also another thing I would like to mention about this as well, that's coming up and during at some point on next Wednesday, specifically the 16th of February, in this case in 2022, expecting to be hyped about the films of the 11th anniversary of the Mexi Toys YouTube channel. Although, I have to be quite frank here, I don't think there's any plans for the sake of the 11th anniversary for the Mexi Toys YouTube channel because, well, we were originally going to be planning for something, but unfortunately though, it was cancelled for that event due to the forms of, well, we got some ideas planned, but it doesn't really work out. So, unfortunately though, for that particular planning, for that particular thing, is going to be not happening. So, I'm truly sorry about this point, guys, because, well, I would love to be able to show you what the actual, the next thing we're about to show you. But it's just the fact that some plans didn't work out. But at the very least, we did have a great 10th anniversary last year because, well, with Q&A and everything. Although, we would like to be able to do a Q&A videos at some point until the next few weeks or so. Well, it really depends on it though, just because we're still working on other Let's Plays, you know? So, anyway, so we're going back into the exact same minigame as we did before. So, but at least we still managed to win regardless. And I think, fundamentally speaking, is the fact that I'm pretty sure that we have seen about roughly 6 minigames so far for the 8-player minigames. So yeah, if you manage to be able to get all of the those points, then if you stand onto that particular the middle of the icy platform there, right there, then obviously your team will win. So much so. Along with the forms of the icicle sculpture of that penguin underneath us. So yeah, that's pretty adorable. So anyways, now we're done with that, so let's go ahead and showcase 6 more 8-player minigames from the likes of free-play mode. So yeah, it feels like that we've almost at the halfway point of the 8-player minigames so far. So, since that we have already seen 6 of them for the Ice Battle mode, so now we can figure we can able to now show off the rest on free play. So, let's see what we have not played. We have not played Grim and Barrage, and also Hammer Spammer, and also Give Me a Break, and also Bumper to Bumper, and there was also Bomb Egg Plague, and finally Shark Absorbers? Huh. A pretty similar name, huh? But of course we'll show those off in a second, so let's get started with Grim and Barrett. So, yeah. Jump over the rotating metal bar to avoid being hit. The last team with a standing player wins. So think of like a hot rope jump from the likes of both Mario Party 1 and Mario Party 2, including Mario Party Superstars, at least if you want to count that. Except the fact that we're now going to be doing with 8 players as opposed to the regular 4 players. So anyways, let's go ahead and just, well, keep on jumping. But except that we need to be able to press the L button as opposed to the A button, so I might be alright with this. And also something worth noting for is the fact that we've naturally only got about 2 more days to go until, well, to be more specifically, Valentine's Day. So, yeah, that should be exciting for some love couples out there. So, anyway, and also not to mention that it's pretty obvious around the same time, actually, is the fact that the North American version of, you know, Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games on the 3DS, that game will be definitely become a decade old, which it already did in my country, in the UK anyway, so thought it's worth bringing up. So, anyways, let's move on to the next minigame, Hammer Spammer. Alright, survive the barrage of the Hammer Bros. So, yeah, basically we have to dodge those serious amount of hammers and all that stuff. Watch the shadow of the hammers so you know where they will land. So, yeah, that might as well able to consider the actual drop shadow will be the key of trying to surviving this place. But again, I do apologize for my commentary gets a little bit weird at points, especially I couldn't pronounce certain things very well, so... But hopefully by that time until tomorrow anyway, then I should probably mention more stuff as far as I would like to discuss upon. So, anyways, let's go ahead and, Ah, dang it! I totally forgot that was a thing right there! That was so stupid of me. I should pay attention to the shadows. But oh well, we'll let the girls win this time around. Because, they seem to be able to did not get any point at all from the likes of, you know, one of those 8-player minigames. So, alright, give me a break. Stop your scooter closest to the course's edge by hitting the brakes at just the right moment. So basically we have to just press any of the shoulder buttons to brake, so the scooter slows at different rates based on the weather, time it carefully, and don't fall in the mud. So there are 3 weather conditions in this minigame actually, so in this case one of them is snowing. Huh, pretty cool, huh? Especially noticeable that we're still in winter season, so yeah, let's just go ahead and just do this quickly. Oh, in fact, that matter is, though, we need to deal with ice physics here and there. But I think we managed to win this no matter what. But if you get into the mud, though, well, you lose instantly. So I think there's also the sunny weather, which is pretty normal and standard stuff. And there's also the rainy weather conditions here and there as well, for that minigame as well. So anyways, let's move on to Bumper to Bumper. Hop on the amazing hover cart and use it to ram your foes off the edge. So basically, we just need to knock all these opponents off the edge, so when you see a cart near the edge, hit it hard. So, yeah, it's kind of easy to able to get a draw on this minigame sometimes, but I'm sure enough, though, that these opponents are on hard mode, so they will not able to actually get a draw from it, though, I don't think. Ah, God, I instantly got knocked over. And no draw. So, in this case, Team Spooky Characters wins. In this case, Boo and Dry Bones. So, yeah, I think we've only got 2 minigames left. So, next up is Bomb Egg Plague. So, this minigame's kind of fun. Form a ring and pass the bomb to the next player. When it blows, players on either side will lose. So, yeah, basically we have to pass the bomb between those players, and then, yeah, when the bomb turns red, it's ready to blow. Quick, pass it on. So yeah, this minigame does remind me of Hot Bomb from the likes of Mario Party 1 and Mario Party 2, including before the forms of Super Mario Party, Lit Potato. So, because obviously we need to pass the bomb between each other, so, except the fact that unlike in, well, Super Mario Party, for instance, that, you know, you don't need to worry about, you know, trying to deal with the Joy-Con drifting, so, whilst in the forms of Super Mario Party, you have to use the Joy-Cons in order to play it. So anyways, let's just go ahead and, I should be able to save it up. But eventually the bomb will flash as red, and then we have to keep passing. So somehow 3 of those players somehow lose. But it's now between me and Daisy, so it's gonna wait for a little while. And now it starts flashes red. And wait for a little while, and I win. That was actually quite intense, by the way. Even though I've almost gonna get myself screwed over, but regardless of such though, I managed to win regardless. Alright, onwards to the last minigame in terms of 8-player minigames department, we have Shark Absorbers, which conveniently enough is the exact same level or the exact same minigame's name as in Mario Party 5. Punch left, right, and up to hit the lights when they blow. If every light is glowing, duck. So basically you have to use the control stick. So you'll lose if you fail to punch a glowing button or if you hit the wrong one. So yeah, we have the exact same minigame's name as in Mario Party 5, like I said. Except a noticeable difference now is that rather than trying to avoid those amps, instead we now need to rely on hitting switches. So, but if you hit the wrong one though, you're out. So, in fact, out of all the actual 8-player minigames I've actually experienced, I think Shark Absorbers, specifically in this variation of Shark Absorbers, this is actually my favorite one. Mainly because it might get a bit chaotic until later on, especially noticeable, it gets a bit faster every once in a while, but hopefully we're able to actually win this somehow. But yeah, that's as far as I can honestly try to talk about in terms of Deluxe Cruise. You're able to experience 2 different modes, which are free play, which is basically you can play 8-player minigames on your own spare time, and also Ice Battle, where you can able to, you know, play a certain amount of 8-player minigames for sure. So, yeah, that was about it for this mode. So, I know it's incredibly short, but regardless of such though, I just want to show this off for you guys. So, anyways, that's that, and that's pretty much about it for the Deluxe Cruise mode. I actually did have a great time with this mode, despite the fact that I kinda wish I can able to do more matches on Ice Battle, but it knows what it is. I guess suffice to say we'll go end things off here. So join me tomorrow for more Let's Play of Mario Party 7. That is the fact that we'll go in and get started with the forms of the minigame crews, starting with, of course, some plenty of modes to check out. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, fellas.